Most people think saving money gets harder as the numbers get bigger. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The first $1,000 is harder than the first $100,000. And if that sounds ridiculous right now, that's exactly the point. Picture this. You're checking your bank account for the third time today, not because you're rich, but because you're nervous. One bad week, one surprise bill, one minor emergency, and the whole thing collapses. That's the stage where most people quit, not because they're lazy, but because they're fighting the hardest phase without realizing it. The first $1,000 isn't just about money, it's about identity. At this stage, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. Every dollar already has a job. Saving feels like punishment. You're not a saver yet. You're just someone trying to save. And that's exhausting. Every $20 feels like a sacrifice. Every unexpected expense feels personal. Progress is slow enough that it barely feels real. This is where most financial advice completely fails people. Here's what no one tells you. Once you save your first $1,000, something quietly changes. Not in your bank account, in your brain. You stop asking, "Can I save money?" and start asking, "Where should this money go?" That shift is everything, because now momentum exists. When people reach $100,000, they assume it took superhuman discipline. It didn't. By then, systems are automatic, habits are boring, identity is locked in, money stops being emotional and starts being mechanical. But none of that exists at $0. That's why the first $1,000 feels like pushing a boulder uphill, and the next $99,000 feels like steering a car downhill. At the beginning, income matters less than momentum. You don't need a perfect budget, a side hustle, or financial genius. You need proof. Proof that you can delay gratification. Proof that progress is possible. Proof that you're becoming a different kind of person. That's what the first $1,000 really buys you. If you're stuck trying to save your first $1,000, you're not behind. You're at the hardest part. The part that builds the version of you who eventually stops worrying about money. So go slow, stay consistent, and don't underestimate what you're really building. Because once momentum starts, the numbers stop being the hard part. If this helped you see money differently, subscribe, because we talk about the stuff no one explains clearly. And remember, the hardest money you'll ever save is the first.
Thank you for watching Findolax. See you next time.